I want to see if you're really concerned about this, or is it so far removed from you that it doesn't register on your radar. DC, you were saying something during break, comparing Sandusky to R. Kelly. I like what you had to say. Why don't you throw that out there one time?
Well, what I was mentioning is that with R. Kelly, you're dealing with a man who married a 14-year-old, when he was well into his late 20s, early 30s.
And you said it was Aaliyah that he married.
Yeah. And then,
wow.
when her parents removed her from that situation, people kind of acted like nothing was really going on. And then later on, when this, supposed video comes out, I only say supposed because he wasn't actually found guilty. But I mean, if you happen to see an image of that, you pretty much know who that was in that video. Then he gets on TV, on national TV, and they go, "So R. Kelly, do you like teenagers?" And he goes, "So what do you consider a teenager? So what by teenager you mean what?"
He ain't an idiot, right? He's not an idiot, right?
This is a grown man who knows the difference between one thing and another thing.
He said it depends on what you mean by
teenager. Not an idiot,
it depends
right?
on what you mean by teenager. So to bring in Sandusky on this side and compare the two, you're talking about people who are seen doing things repeatedly that are considered to be wrong, but because of a certain status and because of a certain, the word legendary came out earlier in the show. They're not as heavy on these folks, which is crazy.
They get a pass apparently because they're these quote celebrities or icons, or is that part of it?
That's what it seems to be. It definitely seems to be that they're getting a pass because of who they are or whoever it is that they're connected to.
I'm wondering, is it when folks understand to me, you need to hear from the victims. If anybody's who's been a victim of this kind of abuse, we'd certainly like to hear from you. Part of the great conversation that happened at the Boys Club on Tuesday night was that there were people there who've been victimized, and this is the story you don't hear, right? This is, you really don't know what you're doing to these folks until you hear them, and that's why they should be at the forefront. To me, not the perpetrators, not the folks who stand around, not the folks, I don't get that. It's all backwards to me. And okay, we got somebody to start it.
See, can I just say something real quick? I'm sorry. We live in a society where the victims are not protected, they're not cared for, they're not in a safe place. So perpetrators are the ones that are protected and guided and helped and coddled through the whole thing.
I agree with that 100%.
So when the victims are victimized and it ends up being a thing that just doesn't happen, it's not over when it's over. It lasts sometimes a lifetime.
Yeah. And they have to carry the weight from what victims have told me, because
so the likelihood of them now at Omega is a different place, because we make sure that they know everything that they've experienced is sacred, and that their experiences is an experience. It's not who they are.
Street Soldiers Radio is the voice of the Alive and Free movement, preventing violence worldwide.